Let me tell you a story. So, I wake up, it's just a normal day, right? Normal average school day. I get up, grab my phone, just like everyone else does. Grab my phone, and the first thing I do is I go onto Instagram. Yes, Instagram. Oh no, we know I know what's gonna happen here. I tell myself I'm not. I'm just checking up on the stories of my peers, my classmates, my friends. But no, I know what I'm looking for, and it's not that. It's ass. And then once I find the perfect the perfect girl to wank to, searching, edging as I do it, and then I relapse, and I have the mindset, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's day zero anyway. It's day zero, so I might as well fap again. Day zero. Oh, this is such a stupid mindset. And I go again. Go to the next girl. The next Instagram thought. Again. And here I'm going. And then, the second time before I've even gotten out of bed. On a school day as well. 5:30 a.m. I woke up early. Not to be hard, not to be disciplined and work towards my goals other than school or work hard on my schoolwork, but to fap. And then I decide, day zero, done it twice. It doesn't hurt to do it again. And then this time I go into more provocative things. I search up naked. I search up titty drops. And then I do it on Google. I press the GIF option, and then I have this whole screen of just different girls doing. And for the third time, before even getting out of bed, boom, I've done it again. Oh. And you can imagine what the day was like after that. Not good, obviously. But now, I sit here today, and I can comfortably say that I've bet this addiction. I've fallen off maybe once or twice in the last couple months. But I've bet this addiction. Going from that to doing it 4 or 5 times a day till today. And I'm going to share with you my lessons. Part 1. Understanding why you are addicted. I'm not going to lie to you. It feels good. And you know it does. It feels good to put up your favorite porn star. It feels good to ejaculate. It feels good to eat the junk food. It feels good to play the video games. We release so much dopamine when we do these activities. And dopamine, it's the motivation hormone. So now each time we think of doing the activity, we feel this motivation towards it to do it again. And with this motivation to do it, it's no wonder why we're so addicted. We have access to instant pleasure, instant fulfillment just with one click of the button, with one download of a video game. And instantly we get this pleasure that usually would have taken us years to experience, to find the woman, to level up our character, level up our goals in our own real life. But instead we can level up in the video game and not feel pain or the action that we must take to level up. Instead we do it in the game. Instead we come all over our pants to the click of a button, to some pixelized woman on our screen. But before we get into the next steps, first off, be grateful. Be grateful for the progress you've made so far. You've discovered NoFap. You've been on this journey. You've been improving yourself. You're becoming cleaner by taking one step into this journey. Just the fact that you want to improve, that you want to stop fapping, that you've clicked on this video, you're one step to becoming better. And this is not the first NoFap video. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. You've probably been on long streaks already. Be grateful for it. Even if you've clicked on this video, but probably because you've relapsed and you've been struggling, but you've been making a lot of progress as well. Be grateful for that. But obviously, we don't want to settle just for that. We want to go further on this journey. Part 2. Find something else to do. Have a big goal. Have something to keep you busy instead of fapping. Create a schedule. Plan out your day so that you know exactly what you're doing in each hour of the day. And now there's no reason to open up your favorite sites. Have something more important to you that you're working towards. If you're on this journey, you likely want to make a lot of money. You want to retire your parents. You want to be financially free. So ask yourself, what do you need to do to get to that place? And I don't think it's going to be fapping. Honestly, bro. I don't think that's getting you closer to it. So think, what could you do? What kind of purposeful work can you do to help your family, to help your future family, to help your wife, to help your kids? I don't think it's going to be fapping. You're probably not helping your wife by fapping. If you're fapping to some random girl, that means you're clearly addicted to sex. You're clearly addicted to the pleasure of ejaculating. So then, if you're not going to admit this, but if you got the chance, you would cheat on your wife because you could, if the hottest girl was in front of you, you would bang her because you would do it happily to some random girl on the internet. And you're like, oh yeah, nah, it's not the same. But it shows that you're addicted to pleasure, you're addicted to sex. So that's another thing, like, that's another motivation right there to get the hell off of this shit. Alright, side tangent. So you have this purposeful thing that you need to do, and you ask yourself what purposeful work you can do, but there's other things that you can do. There's so many things that you can do instead of fapping. You can be reading books on success. You can be exercising. You could be improving your mental health. All these wholesome things. You can be hanging out with your friends. You could be finding better friends. You could be hanging out with your family, spending quality time. There's so much more to do. Just find something else. But you might think, how this purposeful work that I need to do, like, I want to retire my family. I want to have this beautiful wife. I want to be able to provide. But what do I do to provide? What big purposeful work can I do? Well, that's for you to figure out. You must like sit in solitude and ask yourself these things, like, what would I want to do? What kind of work would I want to do that would make me feel fulfilled, but then I could also provide? That I could also make enough money to retire my parents. None of us do this. We don't sit in silence. Instead, we consume self-improvement videos. We keep reading the next book. Those things are good. But if you don't take the time to look within yourself, how are you going to know yourself? How are you going to know what work you want to do? Try new things. Find out what you want to do. If you do this, if your time's just filled up with purposeful things, with wholesome things that improve your health and help others, then you probably don't even need the rest of the video, honestly. Part 3. Mindfulness and dopamine detox. Just be more mindful throughout your day, mindful when you're fapping, then it won't even happen, because when you get the urge, when you get that intense horniness, that wave of sexual energy, you'll be aware of it, and instead of acting on it, you know that you just sit with it. You don't do anything. You know it's not good to jack off, so you don't. Instead of indulging in the thought, you just sit with it and you do nothing, or you do your purposeful work. You do the next thing on your schedule. Make sure to do a practice of meditation, whether that's before you go to bed, whether
That's in the morning, halfway through the day, whenever you have the time. You have the time. You have 5 minutes to sit and just listen to your breath. Be more mindful. So you can catch yourself and make the whole day a meditation. When you're eating food, bring your focus back to the food, the taste on your tongue, the clink of the spoon on the plate, the smell of the food. You're talking to your parents, the little breaths, the little movements on their mouth, their facial expressions. Your friends when you're talking to them, his little eye movements, the eyebrow raising, the smile, the laughter, the laughter you're sharing in the moment, but then instead you're thinking of something else. No, bring it back to the present moment. You're doing your work. You're reading a book and then you start thinking about something else. Bring it back to the sentence. Make your whole entire day a meditation, and then automatically you're gonna be more in control. Mindfulness gives you greater control, greater presence, and then you'll find it so much easier just to not go on these sites, to not be as so much as addicted as you were before. Practice mindfulness. And of course, you can do mindfulness, you can do all these things. But if you're still consuming dopamine heavy content other than porn and jacking off, like YouTube shorts, like TikTok, like all these dopaminergic activities, you're gonna be in the flow of wanting more pleasure. You're consuming all these low attention span things like flashy edits and all this bullshit. You're gonna be more likely to want more dopamine hitting content. So then you're gonna look to porn. You're gonna look to these things because you're gonna look to want more pleasure, and you just don't want to be in that state. You're just more likely to relapse once more. So do a dopamine detox. Cut out all these things that you don't need. You don't need to be watching YouTube shorts to find golden nuggets of information of how to be successful. You can find that from old school entrepreneurs who've literally written all their life and their secrets and how they became successful in the books they've written. Be more into the dopamine detox kind of lifestyle. The reading, the watching long form content, listening to the podcast instead. So you're not in this mindset. So that you stop craving dopamine, you stop craving fapping, so that you start craving more of this genuine, thought provoking things like the books, the long form podcasts, these things that actually benefit your mind rather than just 10-second video after 10-second video. Do a dopamine detox if you haven't already. If you haven't, bro, do it now. You don't need this extra stimulation. Oh, bro, this is a side tangent. You don't need the music when you're working out. You don't need the extra stimulation to get you amped up for the workout. You should already be amped up. You should already have that drive to work out to get your dream physique. You shouldn't need the stupid pre-workout powder. You should already be dialing in on your sleep, dialing in on all the activities that improve your mental health and physical well-being. You should already naturally just have that energy, that want. And that all gets shaken away when you indulge in this, the fapping, the porn, the YouTube shorts, the TikTok. So get on a dopamine detox. Practice mindfulness. Part 4. When you relapse. It's inevitable, bro. It's gonna happen. I know you don't want to fap again, but we've been addicted to this for years. I was addicted to it for 5 years. Right. So yeah. And it's gonna take a while to fully beat the addiction. We want to stop as fast as possible, and it's the same with the gym. We want to get as much muscle as possible, but it takes time. The more you go to the gym, the more muscle you build over time, the more strength you build over time. The more you continue to develop yourself, the more you continue to develop the willpower and the ability to not watch the stuff, to not play video games, to not eat junk food, to not want to fap, to not want to go into porn. Your willpower will get stronger over time, and slowly you'll fap less and less. You'll go from doing it 3-4 times a day to maybe only twice a day, to then to once, then to 0, then to once every month. It's not the end of the world, bro. It's gonna be fine. You're going to get better at this. Now, if it has happened, you don't want to be down in the dumps searching for the next video like I used to. When I used to relapse, I would go onto YouTube and I'd search, what to do when you relapse. I don't know what to do when I relapse. I feel really shit. Of course you do. But instead of going back onto the internet searching for more, instead you take out a journal, reflect. What kind of mistakes did you make? Maybe that you didn't start the day right. Maybe the whole day you were just flowing through, and your day wasn't structured. You weren't doing your work, and you got bored, and thus it led to relapse. Maybe you felt shit. You felt stressed. And then it led you to want to color up the stress. Then once you reflect and you figure out why this happened, and now you can make sure that it never happens again. And then instead of going back into the content machine of YouTube and TikTok and all this brain numbing shit, you move on with your life. What to do when I relapse? What to do is you fuck off and continue your life. Continue working on your purpose. Continue working on your goals. I hope this guide serves you well. And then you reach the point where no longer this NoFap thing seems like a full-time job. And no longer will you continue watching NoFap videos. No longer will you even need to watch YouTube videos because you're so invested into reading, to podcasts. No more dopaminergic content, and that includes porn. I know you'll beat this, bro. I'll see you soon.